Have you ever touched a metal spoon that was sitting in a hot pot and felt the heat travel up to your hand? That's conduction. Conduction is the transfer of heat through direct contact between particles in a solid. It happens all around us, from cooking food on a stovetop to walking barefoot on a warm sidewalk. But how does it actually work? To understand conduction, we need to remember something important: the particle theory. All matter is made of tiny particles, and when heat is added, these particles move faster. In solids, the particles are packed tightly together. So when one particle gains energy, heat, it passes that energy to the next particle, and then the next, spreading the heat through the material. Some materials conduct heat very well. These are called conductors. Metals like copper, aluminum, and iron are excellent conductors, which is why pots and pans are made from metal. Heat moves quickly through these materials, making them great for cooking. Other materials do not conduct heat well. These are called insulators. Insulators slow down the transfer of heat, keeping things warm or cool for longer. Materials like wood, plastic, rubber, and even air are great insulators. That's why wooden spoons don't get hot when stirring a pot, and why fluffy jackets keep you warm by trapping air. Now let's look at some real-world examples of conduction. When you pour hot soup into a metal spoon, heat travels from the soup, through the spoon, and into your hand. That's why metal spoons heat up quickly, while wooden spoons stay cooler. Another example is when you step onto a hot sidewalk on a sunny day. The concrete absorbs the heat from the sun and transfers it to your feet. Conduction also happens in nature. Have you ever noticed how the ground feels warm after a sunny day? That's because the sun heats up the top layer of soil, and the heat spreads downward through conduction. Even animals use conduction to their advantage. Snakes and lizards warm themselves by lying on sun-heated rocks, absorbing heat directly into their bodies. So, the next time you touch something warm or cold, think about what's happening at the particle level. Heat moves through solids by conduction, passing from one particle to the next. Whether it's cooking food, keeping warm, or even heating up the ground, conduction is always at work.